4 years ago Britain voted to leave the EU. Brexiteers were told throughout the referendum campaign that quitting the trade bloc would have catastrophic consequences. But did any of these Project Fear claims turn out to be true? When David Cameron returned from Brussels in February 2016 with a renegotiated deal with the EU, a bitter and nasty referendum campaign jumped into action. In the months that followed in the lead up to the historic June 23 vote, both sides made a number of questionable claims to back up their position. So extreme were some of the predictions made by advocates of the pro-Remain campaign, Britain Stronger in Europe, that warnings were dubbed Project Fear. Politicians from parties of all colours, and even leaders from around the world, made claims about how leaving the EU would negatively impact the UK. Their claims ranged from warning of a devastating recession as soon as the nation voted to leave, to claiming the breakup of the UK was inevitable. At one point, then Prime Minister David Cameron even declared war could break out. Despite the claims made during the campaign, on election day, the British public voted by 52% to 48% to quit the bloc. After years of divorce negotiations, 2 general elections, and 3 prime ministers, on January 31 this year, the UK finally left the EU. It is now in a transition period which will end on December 31 when the country will officially go it alone. So, 4 years on from the historic vote, and nearly 6 months after the UK left the EU, did any of the claims made by Project Fear turn out to be true? Express has taken a look at what has happened since the 2016 referendum. Speaking in the month before the June 23 vote in 2016, George Osborne made a speech arguing voting to leave the EU would spark year-long recession. Arguing the impact would be immediate, he warned Brexit would have a profound economic shock. The then Chancellor said the UK economy would shrink by 3 to 6% and a leave vote would cost every household £4,300 a year.